Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your final instalment of the MRC week here in Austria. So tonight we'll be at the Red Bull Ring. This is a 10-turn, personally I think it's about 8, circuit, and it's 2.683 miles. Usually produces some very good races, as we have seen throughout the other 4 races this week. So let's see what the Tier 4 boys can do. Some of these are really quick as well, so it should be a good one to watch. So for the evening, we were together once last season. We were season 6 teammates. It is none other than Carl Edens. Good evening.
Evening, Simba.
Evening, how are you today?
Not too bad. First time on the graveyard shift, which is the late comms one, but going to be having to do plenty more on that later line, so first time for everything.
Yeah, I've not done this one for a while either, so I mean it can be an interesting race, but at least I get a front row view of how my student's getting on, so there's some good to it.
Who is your student, by the way? Because I ain't got a clue.
Scottish Ninja.
Ah, also in a McLaren, I see.
He is, yes. Apparently he's a big McLaren fan. So that worked out quite nicely for him in the draw.
Yep.
I think he was in Alpine last season.
I didn't really watch Tier 4, so I wouldn't know.
Which would be alright colour for him, because he's a Rangers fan.
Can't win them all. Then again, I'm blue for being a Leicester fan, so blue suits me.
Yeah, can't win them all. And you're in red this season.
Oh no, Nottingham Forest. Ugh.
Could be worse. Speaking of Ninja, let's jump on board with him. So he's just heading up towards turn 3. Brakes about 90 metres, hooks it in nicely for turn 3. That's a very good exit as well. DRS flap wide open. Flying down towards turn 4. Hopefully this car gets out of his way. You can brake quite late here, just not too late. You've got to remember it is downhill, so it can throw you out of it. He got a very nice line through there. You can tell he's been practicing. We're coming through 5 into 6. A little bit wider than you probably want to be, but nicely hooked up on the exit. Into 7, you want to be nice and tight to that curb, just don't ride it too much. 8, again, don't ride it too much or it invalidates you. Coming round for 9. Nightmare of a pit entry this one. Cut across. Should be a pretty decent lap. Coming into 10, final corner. Again, you can't run wide or it invalidates you, which is just no danger of him doing. And he gets a 108.2 for his first lap. I think there's probably a lot of improvement there, but good banker at least. Let's see what else
Are you
we've
with
got.
the same lobby? Because it's just come up saying you've left the session.
I'm still here. Avinash has just gone quickest.
Okay, just checking, because it just came up that you left session, so I bet that's just a glitch.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I really hope so, because I'm the host. So if I had left, it'd say migrating host.
Yeah, so probably just a glitch, probably, so moving on.
Speaking of the McLarens, let's see how Johnny Smooth's getting on. Anyone you've seen that looks quite interesting yet?
Well,
obviously it's
I know Avinash can be quick on his day, because I've raced him many times in Tier 3, and he's got some relatively good pace under him, so obviously he doesn't get to race that much because of being South Africa and connection stuff and that, but when he's on a good day, he's probably one of the quickest ones, if not the probably quickest in Tier 4, because he was quick in Tier 3.
Actually, I do believe we may have a glitch here. It's showing me I was lap 2 of 36. So we may have to stumble through to end of qualifying and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be able to send you an invite though.
Well, let's hope that we don't get a crash. If we do, we'll have to reset the lobby after qualifying.
Yeah.
If you can just keep us informed on how long's left. I can at least watch people and see what laps are going on.
It's saying for me lap 2 of 3, so it's not even saying a time for me.
I've got the same thing. I've got lap 2 of 36. So yeah, we've definitely had a glitch here somewhere.
Yeah. So I don't know how much time's left.
Hopefully we do get the end of the session and it might reset itself. If not, then...
Well, it's looking good for the Tifosi though, because no one's beat Avanash's time yet.
No, that's certainly true.
Roundy's just popped it into 3rd in the Red Bull.
106.3, nice time is that. Let's see how Mr. Sambal gets on. See if the step to tier 4's actually helped him. I think that was the aim. He was struggling a lot in 3 last season. No, Ant, it's not a new glitch. I've had this before. But yeah, plenty of glitches with this game. Let's hope 23's better.
Chelsea seems to be struggling with this track at the moment in the house because he's invalidated. He just dropped it out the penultimate corner, but he's invalidating near enough every single lap he's attempted so far. So probably not finding the track to his comfort at the moment. No,
it can be a tricky one, especially with invalidations.
Yeah, I specifically think definitely the last 2 corners are the easiest to do it.
Yeah, they really are.
Carrying too much momentum.
It's such a mixed bag of a track. You've got your 3 DRS straights, where it's pretty much
yeah, it's a triple DRS zone in triple DRS.
Not much of corners between them. Turn 1 can be a little bit tricky, just avoid the sausages. Turn 3 is quite tight, and in the real racing we've seen a lot of crashes there over the years.
Yeah.
Especially with that sausage on the exit. But it's nothing major. And then you get to the middle sector and it's like, how much downforce have I actually got left here? So it's how much do you sacrifice on which part of the track? Do you go for straight line speed like Gav, or do you go for a bit more downforce for the stability through the middle sector?
Yeah, it's trying to find that balance.
It is a tricky one.
Another thing that can be a hamper at Austria because of it being such a short track is traffic.
Oh yes, especially when you've got 20 people in the session.
Because of it being such a short track, that you're prone to traffic.
There's barely enough space for everybody, so it really does require good etiquette from the drivers
and good awareness.
Let's have a look at. See how Smoggy Ghost is getting on. He's one of our newer recruits.
I think I'm going to follow Dirty Harry because he's just about to start a flying lap now. Currently P4.
Yeah, it's another fairly new recruit as well. Some of these new ones have really upped the pace in this tier.
Roundy's just put in the YouTube chat that there's 10 minutes left. So there's probably less than that now, roundabout. So
probably about 9.
Yeah, cheers for the update, Roundy. Oh, Necromancer disqualified for blocking the pit lane.
Ah, yeah, that's why Chelsea's deliberately invalidating. He's got a quality
Danny's Dirty Harry's just lost it just after turn 4.
See, that can be a bit of a traction nightmare, that corner sometimes.
Yeah, because you're still going downhill even after turn 4.
Smoggy Ghost gets a slight improvement, but yeah, we won't see a time off Chelsea because he's got a quali ban.
Yeah, and we won't see a time off Ant because of being a tier 1 driver.
So Chelsea's probably just trying to get some familiarity with the track, but he's not allowed to set a time.
Which is fair, so that's probably why he's invalidating every lap, so he can at least get some laps in, but just keep going round.
I actually forgot that in the madness. He messaged me before the race asking if he could go out on track, but as long as you don't set a lap. And I'm like, yes, as long as you don't set a time and you don't get in anybody's way, you can familiarise yourself at least.
Yeah, so he's probably just going round invalidating every lap, but just familiarising the track and getting a feel for everything and making sure the setup's nice and how he wants it.
Let's see who's on at Flyer at the moment. I think Smoggy Ghost is about to pit. No, he's
Oh,
keeps
Johnny
going.
Smooth's just gone P6.
So there's a driver that's come on quite a bit recently. From what he used to struggle a couple of seasons ago, and now he seems to be getting up there and getting in the points quite regular, which is always good to see. We always promote improvement here. I mean, both of us started off as tier 3s at one point.
Well, when I first started, there was no tiers at all. There was literally just one tier with multiplayer cars.
Yeah, you've been here pretty much right from the start, haven't you?
Pretty much.
Obviously, a few seasons ago, we were both tier 3 battling each other every week. We were teammates at one point. Then I went to tier 2, and you followed up the season after, when I went back down. But now we're both in tier 2, battling each other every week.
Well, technically, you're in front of me because, in my opinion, you're a better driver. It's out of the two of us. That's just my opinion. I have just noticed that Sambal went purple in Sector 1.
Let's have a look at Sambal then. Purple in Sector 2
and he's gone
as well.
purple in 2 as well, so he must be really going for it.
Ryan, you know I'm not going to answer that. Because I've had
Thing is though, we both had him as a teammate, so because I had him last season I think it was about a mid-season change.
About 4 races in, I believe, he came back down from tier 1, didn't he?
Yeah, ended up being my teammate for the rest of the season. Manu's just gone top on a 05.3. So Avinash has finally been displaced off the pole spot.
He's currently doing an outlap, though. I think he's got something to say about that.
Come on, Avinash, for the Tifosi, for Ferrari.
I'm keeping an eye on him on the mini-map so we can have a lap with him. Let's see how the Ferrari gets on. Just watching Roundy at the moment in the Red Bull. I bet he's been physically sick inside that car. He's not a Red Bull fan at all. Ryan says bottle jobs, answer it, no hard feelings.
I think we've got a lap to focus on first though.
And Roundy's improved slightly, so here we go. Avinash just exiting turn 1. Going through what they call turn 2. It's a kink in the road. Although this game hasn't actually got the updated track, has it? Because they've made a bit of modification in the middle of that.
Well, these tracks, for saying you'd think they were about laser scan the tracks now, but they don't.
I believe, is it Miami and Australia were laser scanned, and Spain? Oh,
Why?
maybe not.
Because of the modifications.
Not Miami, actually. I think it's Spain and Australia, because they had to do the modifications. I think the laser scanned them.
Yeah. I think that's it though, but you'd think they'd laser scan all tracks, to be honest.
Well, they do it for other games, so why not do it for this game?
Exactly.
Or at least import the laser scans over.
Whichever way works best. Avinash round the final corner.
Ooh, a nice improvement, but not quite enough to take the top spot back. Dirty Harry's invalidated. See how Sondas is getting on. Hopefully he's on a lap. A little bit down in first sector side. Yeah, Ant says he thinks sector 3 was laser scanned for Spain. Should be the whole blooming track really. And Sondas is just invalidated.
He says he thinks Zandvoort was as well. Roundy says weird pit glitch.
We've got some weird glitches anyway. According to this, we're on lap 5 of the race. So, God knows what's going to happen.
Hopefully it doesn't affect when we go from this to the race.
Well, if it does, at least it'd be a good time to stop it. If it gives us the times.
Yeah, reset.
Well, hopefully Avinash will be able to give me the times if we can't get them. Apparently it jumped round it from pit entry to garage. Yeah, we've got some lovely glitches going on tonight then.
Trust us to have the curse lobby.
All part of the F122 experience.
Bring back F1 98. Or 97.
Well, reading something the other day, apparently it's a different team that does the odd years to the even years.
Why don't they just do one team all the way through?
I think it's so it allows them to get ahead of the game.
Oh yeah, so they can, as soon as they're finished on one, they can start on another.
I believe 23's already been in production since before 22 was released.
That makes sense for the early announcement that they dropped. I think it was last month.
But primarily, you tend to find, oh, this is going by what I read, that the odd year games are better than the even year games.
Oh, let's hope that trade carries on then.
So hopefully 23 should actually be a good game, because 21 was quite good.
I think 2020 was better though.
You see, that's the same team that made this one.
Weird, innit?
Really is. See, I like 2021 with the story mode on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish they'd bring back classic cars and classic tracks.
I don't know why they got rid of those.
And get rid of this stupid F1 life and supercars. Who comes on an F1 game to drive a supercar? If I want to drive a supercar, I've got to set a Corsa.
GT?
I haven't currently got that on the PlayStation 5.
Can we have a time update?
Yeah, unfortunately my GT was...
Ryan, still waiting.
Keep waiting. Yeah, my GT was on PS4 and my PS5 is digital, so I can't use it.
Oh, Smith's retired.
It was a disc edition. Time's up, we're on the countdown timer now.
Checking flags are out. At least that makes it easy to work
That bit's
out.
kicked in at least, so hopefully when we get the swap over to the race, or at least I'll have a list at the side that I can screenshot of the times.
Yeah.
In case we need to swap the lobby.
Imagine though it goes to a podium ceremony.
Yep, race over, there we go. There's your tier 4.
It'll be like Spa.
Well, at least
Race Delton done in qualifying.
They got 2 laps at least. But yeah, positions were set, so... I believe we're just waiting on Smoggy Ghost and Gibbon.
Gibbon, he's yet to cross the line.
Is just coming in the
pit. Yeah, Gibbon's just crossed. So and Smoggy Ghost gone in pits.
So I'll take a screenshot of that just in case we need it, because that's positions at least. I'm hoping when it swaps over it'll at least reset the delta. Well, there we go. Manu takes pole. Avinash still got front row though.
Mercedes, Ferrari front row. How many times we had that?
Not many.
Not recently, no. Quite a common thing at one point though.
Yeah, when it was Hamilton versus Vettel. So there we go. Manu's taken pole, Avinash second, Ant third, Brindle 4th, Roundy 5th, Scottish Ninja 6th, Dirty Harry 7th, Smith 8th, Biff 9th, Johnny Smooth 10th, Saunders 11th, Smoggy Goes 12th, Geke 13th, Mann 14th, Sambal 15th, Gibbon 16th, Nicolay 17th and 18th, Chelsea 19th, and Necromancer in P20. So that's our
Well, Anne
qualifying
looks
done.
happy for Manu on the front row in pole.
Yeah, I think personally any of the top 4 could probably win this. I mean, Anthony's really taken it by storm since he joined. As of the end of last week, he was the championship leader on tier 3 and 4, I believe. How's that for a mad stat?
Mental.
Sorry, Roundy. Yes, you probably could win as well. If you'd have been in regular, I would have voted you.
Thing is, Roundy was in a title fight for tier 4 a few seasons ago. I think it was him and Melvin that was in the title fight.
It was. That was season 6, I believe. Because I believe Melvin won his title when Bergen won the tier 3 title, and I got runner-up. If memory
Yeah,
serves correct.
that was the season we were teammates.
It was, yeah, and we missed out on the Constructors' Championship at the final race.
To a one-man team, practically.